what it does. It makes something a little bit better. But more importantly, Mr. President, those who support this legislation have been pushing this legislation. Those who wrote the legislation, their true intentions were shown. And there are those, Mr. President, in the outer ring within their caucus who have never ever supported this legislation had it gone through unamended. Keep in mind, the original piece of legislation would have required, in certain circumstances, a transvaginal ultrasound. So, I have amendments coming up to address some other concerns that we've got in this legislation, but I just want to make it really, really clear what the intent of this legislation is. The intent is to take away rights from the woman. The intent is to tell the woman and her doctor they don't know what they're doing, they don't know what they're talking about. The intent of the legislation is to tell a woman and their doctor they are not capable of making a decision on their own. I respect, Mr. President, religious views. I respect moral views. But, Mr. President, it's not the right of certain special interest groups or particular senators to foist their morals, to force their religious views on the rest of the state. This bill has no business being here. This bill tells a woman she is not capable to think on her own. There's not one doctor in the Senate chambers, not one. Yet we have legislators who have been to a doctor, sort of like staying at a Holiday Inn Express, making these kinds of decisions for a woman and a doctor. Mr. President, this legislation is requiring a procedure to be done. And you might want to think that we're giving the woman the choice as to what kind of procedure it's going to be, whether it's going to be invasive or invasive. But as we get further on in the debate, I'm going to underscore that it may not be what you think. In fact, it isn't what you think. In certain cases, it still, unless we amend it even further, in certain cases it would still force a transvaginal ultrasound. So, Mr. President, the intentions of the bill are very, very clear. If you're a woman and you live in Wisconsin, you're not capable to think or make decisions on your own. You need senators, elected senators, to make the decision for you.